expecting out of them?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think that when you first start, we're on practice 8 now. We got a standard that we got to hold them to. There's an expectation, and these guys are trying to get to know us as coaches and get to know the practice schedule and how we move around period to period and all that stuff. And so we're getting more familiar with all that, and the guys just finished practice really, really well today. We kind of cut down a little bit, but had a big team period there at the end just to play real football, and I thought we did a really good job responding there at the end.
How have the scrimmages gone for you guys? Are you having the opportunity to evaluate what you'd like to evaluate?
Yeah, it's been good. We've really only had one true big scrimmage, but we have another one coming this Saturday, so excited about that to see the progress that we've made over a week. So it was really good. The first one was good. What you always want to see in these scrimmages is you don't ever want to see one side dominate the other side, and so you want to see defense have success, you want to see offense have success, you want to see your kickers make field goals, your punters punt the ball well, the whole 9 yards. And I felt like it was a back and forth day for the first one, so that's really good for us, and hopefully we'll see the kind of the same thing here on Saturday.
Coach, I feel like the run game doesn't get mentioned enough, just naturally being from, a passing attack in the past. But one of the position groups that there was really no portal activity coming in was the running back group. How much, confidence do you have in the 2 young guys that are coming back, Jamari and Xavier?
Yeah, I really liked where the running back room was. One of the first things you do after you meet everybody is you pop on everybody's tape and you see what you have, to see what you feel like you need to go get. And, we're all pretty young in that room and not a lot of experience, but I really like what I'm seeing from them guys. And Caden Shields as well. I mean, he's a big downhill back, and he brings a little something different to the table too. But man, I wish you could have seen us during this team period. We're running the ball really well, and we're not just going to hang our hat on throwing it every play. I'm a quarterback guy. We're going to air it around a little bit, but the running backs are going to see touches, and those guys have done a good job. And like I said, really proud of our runs that we had today. We popped some runs today, and anytime you can not be fully one-dimensional, it's going to help our football program. And so really like what I'm seeing from those guys so far.
And scheme-wise, building off that, do you think there's going to be some similar stuff from Texas Tech, or do you think they're different backs, so there might be different types of run schemes?
Yeah, we're still going to be who we are, to a certain extent, but I want to see, we're still so early in the process. We got to figure out, are we going to be more of an inside zone team or an outside zone team? What's our best gap? Are we going to run counter, GY, GT, we're going to get to some power. Basically what I'm going to do is we're going to build the run game based off of our personnel and what fits us best. Like I said, we're trying to do a little bit of everything right now and find out what we're good at.
And how do you think the offensive line, what do you think their strengths are?
Yeah, I think the continuity, we're pretty young right there right now. We've kind of been, especially with the ones, battling it out a little bit at left tackle between Nonar and Keon. And Keon's a true freshman still basically, and you got Braden Cunningham, true freshman still, and you got a new left guard in right now in Madden Sanker that hadn't been here, and then your right side has a little bit of chemistry there, so really just trying to build the chemistry. Because it all starts up front. I just saw one of my favorite guys, big D tackle, walk in the room. It'll be here in a minute. So on both sides of the ball, man, it starts up front. And those guys have done a good job. We're learning a new system, and Coach Hamby is really, really good, and he's, he majors in pass pro, and so I felt like we've done a pretty good job there. We got to clean up the edges a little bit at times, but really, again, excited for a bunch of guys that haven't played together and not a lot of snaps of football, from the center to the left side, and seeing those guys mesh together.
There's always somebody between the fall and the spring that I see him and I'm like, oh, that's a different person. And for me, that guy was Nonar. He was kind of a tweener last year, playing a little bit of tight end or practicing tight end. How did he progress in the weight room since you got here?
Yeah, when I took over here, I'll never forget, the big long joker sat in my office, and I was like, man, what does this guy play? And he was like, well, I played tight end last year, coach, but I'm a tackle. And I said, what do you weigh? He said, I weigh 280. And right now he's sitting at 315. And so, you're looking at a guy that's gained 35 pounds, and he's all of 6'7". He's gained, like I said, gained 35 pounds. And I credit all that to Coach Brandon Lee and the strength staff, and Pat, our head dietitian here at the football program. They've done a tremendous job, and nothing ever happens too without the want to and the will by the young man. And he's came in and he's doing everything that we're asking him to do. And I'm a big believer in calories and eating and water and hydration and all those things, and he's taking it to the next level. And I think that's why you're going to have a chance to see him really shine. And again, he's a young guy that really hasn't played a lot of football, yet, especially at the tackle position, playing the tight end last year. So, he's a guy that you could look up and I mean, look out here in 2 years for him.
When coming back home, but it's been awesome. You know what I mean? Absolutely love working with Coach Kittley. Brings energy every day. We set the tone. I tell my guys it starts with us up front. All right, so absolutely love being back. It's been, like I said, it's been a whirlwind. It's been fun. It's been fast. Trying to get everybody meshed together. We got new staff, new players. All right, so everybody coming together as one. And but it's been really fun right now.
Have you been surprised or pleased with the folks that were in your room and the level of play there? Especially opposed to when you were here before as a player.
I would say surprised and pleased. You know what I mean? I think we're growing every day and we're developing as a group, and that's the biggest thing. I mean, we have 3 goals, development, retention, application, and then competition every day. And those are kind of our 3 keys for the spring, right? I think we're meeting those every day. And our guys are showing up, they're competing every day, right? We are developing as a group, we're getting better. And the biggest thing for me is being able to see those guys retain and apply information. And I've seen that a lot. So I've been pleased with that.
And you're heading into another scrimmage this weekend. What do you hope to get out of this weekend's scrimmage?
Getting out of this weekend's scrimmage again, man, we're going to probably travel with 6 guys, you know what I'm saying? 6, 7 guys. So seeing those guys that can possibly get in there, all right, get into that group, who's going to help us, who's going to fight when we go tempo, because Coach Kittley's going to go tempo, all right? That's what he does. That's what he's known for. We all know that. So seeing the guys that are going to fight as we go through that and defeat that tempo this weekend again.
Coach, the last time you were here, you were in the AAC, now FAU being in the AAC. Do you kind of see like a different level of maybe athlete in the room and different types of players compared to where FAU was when you were here?
Yeah, I would say as a conference, the conference has definitely gotten better. The players have obviously gotten better. This place is known for defensive linemen that have come through here, especially when we were here before. So I would definitely say, yeah, it's definitely grown for sure.
And how's your relationship with Coach Dewhurst? I know he has said he wants to do a lot of different things, like maybe different fronts, like 3-man, 4-man. How's your relationship with him, and how do you guys connect on a defensive level?
I would say we connect pretty well. So he's very open. He's a very inclusive defensive coordinator, which you appreciate. He's going to listen to you, all right? He's not just set in his ways, so you appreciate that. Dewhurst is my guy, so he's awesome.
With how much you guys travel as a team, is there anything that you guys have done to become more environmentally friendly within the past? Since at least you've noticed since you lived here before?
Well, I mean, I haven't really been able to travel with this team yet, you know what I'm saying? So can't really answer that one for you, so sorry.
What do you got to say about these guys that are here? I think they're here.
Yeah.
There they are. We're gonna write about them, so I just kind of want to get your take on their progress so far.
I would say their progress has been immenseful, for sure. You see it every day. They show up, they're ready to learn, they're ready to work. The biggest thing in our room that I've tried to develop is a workman culture. They show up to work every day. I think a lot of people can get lost here at FAU because it's paradise, right? Because it's very nice, but being able to show up and build a workman culture, and they understand that we're going to work every single day. It's not going to be easy, right? But we're going to get better in everything that we're doing, and built through that, right? I tell them that preparation equals confidence, all right? So they've been preparing, which gives them an edge, which gives them confidence at the end of the day. So I would say both of those guys embody that, right? That's why I lean on these two a lot, right? So I mean, just talk about one of them, recruiting CJ here, right? I had an opportunity to recruit him before, right? When I was at UT Martin, didn't get him there. He ended up going to Ohio, right? But from there, when I got this position and I saw him again, like he was at Ohio, knowing his background, knowing him. The biggest thing that stuck out for me to CJ was he was a winner. Everything he does, he wants to win. He's highly competitive, right? So he's going to bring that edge. He's going to show up. He's going to compete every day. And again, Bryce is another guy that got an opportunity to recruit too, right? While he was in limbo and transferring. He's a guy that really sought after, and I really built a really good relationship. So getting here and being able to actually coach both of them together, to me, was something that was awesome.